Good morning, world of readers. Book Dragon Erin here, and coming at you with a Scavenger Hunt booktube video. This is my first bookshelf scavenger hunt, so please be kind if there are any mistakes. The mistakes and blunders are unintentional. Now, with that out of the way, let's get right into the booktube video. Do I have a book with a number in the title? I have about 450 books in my bedroom alone, and I have to say yes, there are multiple books in my collection that have a number in the title, such as Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schultz, or Schulte. I do not know how to pronounce her last name, my apologies. 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. This is a Book of the Month book, and I cannot wait to read this. I've been holding off because I want to try to read all of my Book of the Month novels in one go. So let's see how that turns out in the eventual aftermath of all this. 99 Days by Katie Cotugno, which I plan to read this summer. And 10 After Closing by Jessica Bayless. I loved this book. It was a coming-of-age fiction novel in one night, and I loved raging on the bad guys who went after the real estate instead of the actual unlimited supply of coffee in this coffee shop, Cafe Flores. I don't know how somebody can pay attention to real estate when they are threatening a coffee shop and can get free coffee out of it. Priorities, people. Priorities. Do I have a book with a person on the cover? I have a ton of these books, and I am not about to list them all because we would be here all day if I tried to list every single one of them. However, that set aside, I have chosen 3 books with a person on the cover. Broken Things by Lauren Oliver. I know virtually nothing about this book, which is so intriguing to me because I have not read this book yet, but it is on my to-read soon list. And then we have Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, and The Moon and More by Sarah Dessen. Do I have a book with a dragon on the cover? I don't generally read books that include dragons of Chinese descent, but that's just because it wasn't really my cup of tea, so to speak. However, I am not opposed to reading those books. I would like to get into it because it's a little outside my comfort zone. So that in mind, I do have Eon by Allison Goodman. This is a really interesting novel, as reviews say. And I would have to say that I cannot wait to read this book. It has been on my TBR pile for so long. I have not gotten around to reading it yet, but I am definitely going to this summer. That is one of my must-haves for the summer season. And then we have another Book of the Month novel, These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Do I have a book about an LGBT teenager? I actually have multiple ones, and my collection of LGBT novels is growing. However, the books that I am about to list include One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This is a modern classic novel that I totally recommend to everyone. If you do not read this book within your lifetime, you are missing out on teenage drama with a flair of mystery and just all around a great book to read. I just highly recommend this book to everyone. And then we have They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, which is about 2 teenage boys living in a sort of dystopian New York City, and it is so perfect. I have nothing bad to say about the book, only that there is no sequel that I would love to read, but that's beside the point. And then we have Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. This book is written in like 5 different points of view. However, there is one LGBT teenager in this book. Do I have a book with crowns included on the cover art? I actually had to go through my collection just to find 2 books with crowns on the cover that I have not mentioned previously in this video, and they include 3 Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake and The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Do I have a book with more than 500 pages? I have multiple ones, but I'll just list my top 3 right now. A Court of Silver Flames by the epic Sarah J. Maas. This book has 757 pages. Then we have Beautiful Creatures by Kemi Garcia and Margaret Stoll, which deserved way more love than it already got. And this has 563 pages. And Strange Creatures by Phoebe North. This book is 544 pages long, and I cannot wait to read this book. It is a new book on my bookshelves, and I haven't read it yet, but I definitely plan to very soon. Next question. Do I have a book with a color in the title? Yes, I do. Several, in fact, and they include Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater, Princess of the Silver Woods by Jessica Day George, which is a Little Red Riding Hood retelling that is so beautiful, Red Queen by Victoria A. Viard, and White Stag by Cara Barbieri. Do I have a book that is a fairy tale retelling? My three favorites include A Court of Thorns and Roses by the epic Sarah J. Maas, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And then we have Princess of the Midnight Ball by Jessica Day George. This is a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling. And then we have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, which is a Cinderella retelling about an assassin princess, and I absolutely love it. I cannot get enough of this book. I can reread it 1,000 times, and on the 1,001st time that I will read this book, I will still not be unentertained. This book is absolutely perfect. I have nothing bad to say about it. Next, do I have a book that is under 250 pages? Yes, I do, and those books are few and far between. However, Escape Room by Maren Stoffels, which is 224 pages, Switch by A.S. King, which is quite possibly my favorite pseudonym for any author, A.S. King, asking, I love that. This book is 240 pages long. And then we have That Summer by Sarah Dessen, which is 208 pages. And to be honest, I hated this book when I first started reading it, but after I really thought about it and contemplated all the things going on in this book, I thought, wow, this is the perfect modern literature that is so much better than Slam by Nick Hornby. I don't even know how that's remotely a modern classic, because this is perfect. And the final question for today, do I have a book that is exactly a 3 words title? We have Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh, Survive the Night by Riley Sager, The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert, The Thousandth Floor by Catherine McGee, and You'd Be Mine by Erin Hahn. Anyway, that is all for today, so if you enjoyed my get up from my chair and actually move around to my room for this booktube video, then like this video now, comment which book I've listed you think I should read next, subscribe to my booktube channel to get more videos like this, and hit that notification button to get weekly updates. I post every Sunday, so come back next week and I will have a new booktube video just for you. So all that said, enjoy reading and have a great rest of the week, guys!